Testing, testing. Testing, testing. Okay. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Maryland Darling Show. Today we're going to be doing a second review of the Noodlers Nib Creeper. Dun, dun, dun. So this is the Noodlers Nib Creeper. And so I wrote with it a little bit this morning. And then I took out my Waterman 12 because I was told that I could use the nib on my Waterman 12 in the Nib Creeper. So I put the Waterman 12, the Waterman 12 nib in the Nib Creeper, and it fits. And it writes awesomely flexible 2000. So the first thing that you should do when you get any pen is you should wash it out, which I did. I washed it out, put it in the washer. Ran some soap and water over it. It originally came with an original Noodlers Flex Nib. But I was just curious if the Waterman would even work. And it does. So that is really cool. I'm like trying to do this all sketch-tastically with the thing all. Okay. This is Waterman Black because it flows very well. I'm gonna wipe off my Waterman 12 nib. Oh, I just realized I can't see the chat. Oh, there it is. That explains everything. Like, I don't need to take this over to the sink and clean it properly. No, we'll just use a little bit of Mother's 405. If you don't know what Mother's 405 is, you're probably too young for this channel. Go away. So, love my Waterman 12, but the feed is funky. Like there's something wrong with the feed. Doesn't quite fit in the section good. I have to really jiggle it to get it in there. It's kind of a hassle. And I'm terrified that I'm going to break my nib by bending it back and forth just to get it in the hole properly. So, whatever, that's just how it has to go for now. So, let's talk about the Noodlers Nib Creeper. Well, let's clean it out first. So anytime that you get a new pen, what should you do? You should clean it out. So that way there isn't any funny things going on. So we'll go give this a clean, and then I will show you more about the pen. Oh, goodness. Oh. I think I got one of the Noodlers Nib Creepers. This one doesn't stink.
This is a reminder. April's Twitch. This is a reminder. April's Twitch.
Okay, so here are the parts of the pen. Wiping off my hands. So the first thing that you have to do when you get this pen is you have to keep twisting until it comes out, because you're going to need to grease here and in the inside of this here piston. Because here's why. If you don't, it's going to be very difficult to work the piston so that it is nice to use. Come on. So you can take the little piston out, put you some silicone grease on there. Make sure that you grease the whole thing, so that way when you use it, it will be nice and slippery. And I don't mean like slippery, although it will make things very slippery, but that's okay. It's a very tight fit. So just keep that in mind when you're using this. It's a very tight fit. So you're going to have a time getting it down in there. Okay. And there, that should be good. Okay. And I use Millennium silicone lubricant because the silicone grease is just too sticky. This stuff I can wipe it off with some rubbing alcohol, and then it's gone. So, which is great. Now, if I just knew what I did with the nib, there it is. So let's talk about the parts of the pen. The finial is a screw, nice clear finial. The cap is clear. It has a Noodlers etched in the clip, which is nice. It's a screw cap. It has this faux band. I can't tell if it's a band or if it's a faux band, but some sort of band. And then the clip is very loose, but nice for clipping into shirt pockets. Most excellent. Okay. So if you just kind of push this in there, it's going to fall in. So you got to have the nib on top of the feed before you insert it into the grip section. Line it up and stick it in. Hopefully it will be cooperative. Oops. And it'll take a couple of trial and error times to get it right, but to get it right, should look something similar to this. The slit should go just up to the section. So if it goes inside the section, it might have gone too far. It'll be very stiff. You won't be able to flex it out very much. There's a small step down to the barrel. Barrel is a piston. The grip and the barrel are all one piece except for the blind cap, which is very tight to twist the piston all the way down. Now this is a very tight fit. I mean a very tight fit. You will definitely feel like you have to crank it in order to get it to move. But if you silicone grease the little piston on the inside, it will make it a little bit easier for you to move the piston knob. And don't feel like you're gonna accidentally twist it when you're writing, because you won't. Pen does post and secure. Posts and secure. Doesn't backweight the pen too much, but I never cap my pens. I hate capped pens. The way to fill this is you can either use a syringe by pulling out the nib and feed, filling your syringe and putting it in there. You can use an eyedropper. That's basically what this is an eyedropper. So then after you get it filled, you put nib feed in. Oops. Make sure you get it in there good. I find that if you line the back of the feed with the last little notch, the nib with the last little notch on the feed, that should be just about where you want it. And then it's friction fit, so you just shove it in there. And you'll see that there's kind of a line. There's kind of a line around the inside of the section. You push the feed down to that line, and that should be friction fit. Can you see the little line right there? Should be friction fit. Okay, then to fill the pin, you do press the piston all the way down. Place the nib down into your choice of ink bottle, and then retract the ink up into the body of the pen through the nib feed section. Make sure you have a little paper towel or toilet paper nearby, because you're going to want to wipe off the section and the nib so that way you don't spill things or burp or any of that stuff. Make sure you cap your ink good. Move it far out of the way so you don't spill anything. And if it's primed, you should be able to write with it. This is the Noodlers Nib Creeper. Isn't that great? So, let's see. There. It's very hard. I'm going to pull it out just a little bit to give it some flexibility. Well, what did you think of this, hen? Would you buy a Noodlers Nib Creeper? If so, leave a comment in the section below. Okay, now I'm going to do something crazy. And I'm always doing crazy things. Don't want to lose my feed. So, gonna take my Waterman 12 apart. Put the Waterman 12 nib on the Noodlers Nib Creeper feed, and it fits perfectly. Stick that in there. Got ink everywhere now. It's fine. It's all in for the purpose of science, right? Right? Okay, good. So if you have, or if you go on eBay, you can buy a Waterman nib, or one of those specialty sites. You can get a number 4 gold water nib, Waterman fountain pen nib, and put it in a nib creeper, and it works perfectly. For some natural, beautiful line variation. Cool? And of course, these are prone to fiddling, so be prepared to fiddle a lot with your pen. That's just normal. That's just how these are. Anyway, I hope that you are being safe and happy. I am going to go play with my fountain pens now. That is all for today. Thank you all for watching. Please don't forget to rate, comment, and subscribe. Have a great day. Bye.